welcome to Thinking Outside the Pod, episode 72.
72. 2 more than 70, 1 more than 71.
Yep.
I'm getting good at this math thing.
But yeah, my name is Jimmy, and I am joined by...
Fisher.
And
Patrick. What's up, everybody?
All right, so we are streaming on live on Meerkat, so
Meerkat.
if people in the future, I know you're listening to this on the podcast, but in the future, definitely check that out. Because
If you want to listen to this a day earlier,
Yeah.
check out our
a little
live stream.
and see some behind the scenes things. We've already had
Being idiots and doing stupid stuff. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Already second take on the beginning of this.
We were totally on this.
Yeah, this is perfect. 100%.
We got
plus
about 8
stuff.
people who might know something.
Oh man. Hello 8 people on the streaming. Feel free to comment and say things. Don't make fun of us because our self-esteem is not good.
We'll make fun of us too. I mean, that's normally what we do anyway.
But what this podcast is really all about is we talk about stuff that's happening, stuff that we're interested in, and
A lot of nerd stuff.
some nerd stuff.
So-
Patrick tries to shy away from it, but
Yeah, what?
we
do
all
it anyway.
You guys are nerds. I don't know
Okay.
what y'all are talking about.
Man.
So we'll go ahead and get started. First things first, Guardians of the Galaxy, the title has been revealed as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Volume 2.
What do you guys think of that?
I think it's weird. I mean, it's like you guys said, like the cassette tapes or whatever, which that makes sense.
Yeah, they're playing off the mixed cassette tape from the first one, which I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I don't see why sequels go kind of crazy on their names. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is fine for me.
Revenge of Ultron or something silly like that, or something
Just
silly,
some ridiculous. Thanos is back, or
something. Yeah,
Electric Boogaloo. Like the standard, or Guardians of the Galaxy in space.
in space again.
In space again.
More in space than before.
More space. Less galaxy.
But
More stuff happening.
But yeah, so I'm excited. I think
the first one was great.
I think we
yeah.
all pretty much liked the first one, so I think it's
Yeah.
gonna.
Well, what's nice is they more or
I
less
think the
wrapped up.
first one was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they more or less wrapped up the first one, so it's like, well, okay, the second one is they can just kind of do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, they can just.
They can do more comic book stuff, or they can just kind of just say, you know what, screw it, we're just going to make our own story.
Well, yeah, that's the good thing about comic book movies. They have so much content to pull from. So
Sure.
So I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be awesome.
I can't
I was
wait.
actually thinking about comics. One thing that I kind of saw was Amazon. They started to do a lot of old Marvel comics, or I guess it's more recent ones, but you can start getting them on like Kindle and stuff like that. I saw that
yeah.
I literally saw that like this week,
Okay, cool.
and I mean, and they're
Well,
like
I mean, you see the
$5
movie, and then you
a
go
month.
and start downloading all the comics. From
Well, I mean, yeah,
Amazon,
I mean,
you know?
they're like maybe $5 a pop for or less.
Anybody
depending
out
on
there
it.
wants my comic books, I will sell them all to you. I got a ton.
I mean, but that's cool. I'm really glad that they're starting to do digital because that's one of the hindrances now. Is like, I don't want to have to store all the physical ones, and I've been really wanting more comic books on like on a tablet or something like that, so it's a little bit easier to.
I don't know. I still like the old comic. I like the book. Whole like.
Well, if it's like
know?
one of the big giant like the huge
Like
graphic
those graphic novels?
those are cool. I like those, but just like the old
I'm
flimsy.
the opposite. I hate the
things,
graphic novels. I think comic books should never be that thick. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I-
that's already like book to me. That's not a comic book. That's a book. That reminds me of those textbooks in fucking elementary school.
That's getting too
Yeah,
close to like
man.
classical nerd.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like
So-
the punk nerd.
So
That's
yeah, I like the old school comic books.
I don't know. I
different
I
show
mean,
for different folks.
Well, think about
Yeah.
this also. It's like, say you buy that digital download, it's never going to be worth anything. You're going to pay $5 for something that's never going to be worth
Well,
anything.
but comic books nowadays aren't going to be worth anything
if you
anyway.
if you keep care of your
These-
comic book, it's in mint condition, it will be worth something. And maybe more than you paid for it, obviously, eventually.
I don't think it not. If it's like back in the 80s and stuff like that, like
Well, you see the 1980, what is it, like 85, 88 is when they started like really mass producing the
yeah.
shit out of these books. So I mean, you have to really have something before the 1985.
Yeah.
Before then you have a chance of like having something worth a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not to say that the freaking Savage, what was it, the Green Savage Dragon thing from Image Comics that I have like #1 episode or comic book of. It's probably, I got it for like $1.95. It's probably only worth like $4 or $5 right now, but it's still worth something,
Well, but still, but like like old comic books from then, sure, but yeah, like you said, nowadays they mass produce them, so I can't see it being worthwhile to try to collect comic books with the idea of selling them.
No,
There's so many
never.
of them.
If I wanted to sell my comic
Well,
books,
but
I'd
you're saying
probably
it's
sell
worth
them
some-
already.
yeah.
You know, I really, you know, honestly, I haven't gone through and looked at how much any of my comic books are worth.
Yeah.
And, like, it's been, like, probably over 15 years. So, I mean, and I know I have, like, a couple series, like the Inferno series with X-Men and Madeline Pryor, Mr. Sinister. I have some series that are, like, old, you know, from, like, 83, 84.
Yeah.
And then everything from, like, I have after that is, like, usually early 90s. I maybe about 97, 98 is when I just stopped collecting altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me of digital and physical copies, like, I don't really have a thing to read digital stuff. Like, I can put it on my
You got a
my
cell
computer.
phone?
Well,
Well,
I
but
don't want to read it on myself. That's because, I mean, you'd have to zoom in and
That's why
scroll
comic
over.
books are better.
But if I had, like, a tablet, like a good tablet that was touchscreen, and you can actually...
10-inch
You do
tablet.
have a tablet.
But even the tablet I have
Come on.
isn't as big
It
as
is
like
a
a
good
book.
tablet.
Well, it's an alright tablet, but I still
alright
I
tablet.
think with
kind
the
of
stuff I
tablet was
have, Asus Transformer
tablet.
or something like that. It's fine, it works, but I'd still rather have a physical.
What do you
copy, I
guys think, man? What kind of
with the
tablet would you
technology-
guys use on Meerkat? What kind of tablet would you guys want to use?
But the technology that I have right now, I think I'd rather have the physical copy.
Because for me, it's one of those of like the experience that I've had is I've downloaded like Japanese manga and stuff like that, and I put it on a tablet, and I thought it was just awesome.
Okay.
Because of the fact that you can zoom in and stuff like that. Because one of the problems I have is with books is they're
Books are problems,
they're
right?
about yay big.
Well, the mangas, they're smaller than
okay.
comic
They're
books.
smaller than
like
comic books,
those,
and they're
like,
a lot
Japanese.
thicker.
Yeah,
Japanese comic books.
You have
Those
to
ones
read
that are
them
not
backwards?
cool.
Yes, you
Okay.
read you read from the
I
back
think
to
I
the
saw
front,
one, like,
and it's
upside down or
it's like
something
top
weird.
right to left
That
and stuff
stuff
like
is
that. So
too
it's
weird.
literally backwards. So, but I love manga computers and stuff. Like I want them to do more digital distributions of that. 'Cause I would be totally into that. Where I could just if I could pay $5 and have it on my computer or on my tablet, I would be all for that.
Yeah, I think also it is that I've just never done it. Like I think on like my tablet, I think I did download like a comic books app, and it had a free one on there, and I tried reading it, and I didn't like it, so I was just like, nah, this ruined the experience for me.
Sure. Well,
So
I mean, yeah.
that's why I'm still kind of in the physical thing. But if I got used to it, probably be okay.
Yeah.
But I rarely use my tablet anyway. Like it's been in this podcast stuff for like weeks, and I've not used it. So I don't know. But yeah, no, that's one of my big nerd regrets, not reading more comic books.
Dude, comic books are great. The best part is that you can go to any freaking comic book store and put down, like I said, now you put down like $3 or $4, $5 a comic book. But the cool thing I like to do is, every now and then I'll go to different comic book stores and start collecting like a series that I hadn't seen before. Like the last one I started doing that with was The Age of Apocalypse, and I've got like bits and pieces here and there. I still need to get a couple more for it, but it's cool to be able to start collecting something like that, and then to go to different comic book shops and kind of put your collection together, because usually, rarely do they have all of the series in one shop.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's always a cool part.
Hey, do you have number 5 or something? And you have to find it. Yeah, like I said, it's one of my big nerd regrets. I think I would have. Like if I would have started earlier,
Go to flea markets.
Yeah, you always, and I'm like you always like Comic Book Man, that show. They always go to those flea markets, and they on the show they don't, but they also have a podcast and they talk about it, and they always find like really good stuff.
Yeah, that's where you find the best stuff. Is flea markets.
It's negotiable too. You know what I'm saying? So say they want like.
Well,
3 or
certain
4
comic
bucks
book
each,
stores you can negotiate. It depends on the store. I mean,
we got to know the guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you're friendly with them, they may be willing to come down in price a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's and except I probably wouldn't. I've never been a good haggler. I've always been like This is social. This is a social thing. I just don't want to be here. So I'll just pay whatever you put on the price tag. I'm not a haggler.
Oh.
I think it's so awkward. I can't
it's
do it.
one of, if I can find it for a lower price elsewhere, I'll definitely say, will you match this price?
Oh, yeah,
No,
definitely.
well, I'll just go over there and buy it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
I'll wait
Bye.
the 5 days for the shipping and handling to kick in.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely one thing that I've done that a lot of times. I mean, because if I go to Best Buy and buy a game, I look and on their website it's for like $10
you said
cheaper. You're like, yeah, I'll definitely go. Hey, it's $10 cheaper here.
Yeah.
Can you guys match it, please?
Match
And they
it.
go yes, and I go okay.
Or no, and they're like, okay, goodbye.
Because I've done that at other stores. Like I looked out on Fry's with like my cell phone case. There was some.
Fry's?
Yeah, it's an
an
electronics store.
store.
It's like a
Oh,
a super huge.
I thought you like French fries.
Oh no.
It's like
I went
fries.
to McDonald's and they're like,
McDonald's?
these Jack in the Box fries are a little bit less. Can you match it?
Jack in the Box got some for 99 cents. You go.
Yeah, but like with them, they'll match like Amazon and stuff like that. So I found my cell phone case for I think like $15-$20 less on Amazon, and then I took it over and they matched it. So, but there's none in San Antonio. There's I think some up in Austin,
Maybe
and there's
San Marcos.
2. I don't know San Marcos. I know there's 2 over in Houston.
Yeah,
and
we can
they're
throw a
kinda-
trip up to Austin for a $15 cell phone case.
I think
Well, it depends. It depends on if it's on sale on Amazon. I found it at a decent price when I was looking for it.
I think a lot of places will match it as long as it's a reputable sales.
Yeah.
Like not just like a blog site that's
Wow.
like.
Oh, of course.
Comic books.
Yeah, like that was
Bob's
specifically. They
cell
said it has to
cases.
be, a reputable site,
yeah.
and then like
Buy my
what they'd also
cases
do is they
because
wouldn't,
Nobody else will.
because like they wouldn't just match the price of like it'd say $20. Like they'd sit there and they'd go, all right, what's it cost after shipping and handling, and
Yeah.
then that's the price they'd match.
Yeah.
So
that's the
what other
total
countries
cost.
do comic books? You said Japan does. And who
Japan
else?
is huge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
manga and
manga.
anime
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, that's
Manga doesn't matter.
why not?
Because
It's-
American
it's
comic
the-
books are still better than Japanese comic books.
How do you know?
Because I know, Fisher.
Have you read it?
Yes, no. I don't need to read them.
America. It was-
Read. Americans don't read,
It was,
Fisher.
it was just July 4th. We still got that patriotism in our,
Well, I'm
in our
telling you,
minds.
I'm
Nothing's
telling
better
you.
than
It's
America.
just one of, for me, I mean, I've always liked the Japanese art style more than the American art style. That's just been my thing. It's just the art style and stuff like that. And then, I just think the Japanese stories are
Wait,
way
like the
zanier.
Pokemon art style or like the
Well,
actual, like,
it's varying. There's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
many different styles. I mean, you've got like your Pokemon, like your style for your, the younger generation and stuff. And then
do you
like,
think they make kids draw those?
Well, I mean, no. Like, well,
maybe some, I don't know.
Like Dragon Ball Z.
They make
Like,
kids draw that?
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
Dragon Ball Z is like closer to like the more adult type
Well, it's
animation.
actually, I would
not
say,
simplified.
Yeah,
I
guess
actually
so,
think
but-
that's a separate. There's like a demographic shonen, which is for like more of like your younger audience,
I don't know,
like
guys.
your
What do
younger
y'all
male
American
audience.
comic books?
So actually,
Japanese?
that's actually there's a style for shonen that you look and they're all kind of similar
Okay.
styles. So that's actually, and I would argue. I mean, it's just all.
I don't know, yeah,
it depends on how.
I
I
don't-
would say that's more of a younger generation. There's a different art style for like your older audiences. And
Well, I
stuff
would
like
think-
that. Like there's more mature and gritty and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that definitely.
I would think
It
on
varies. I mean,
It
it's
still looks
I think-
like a cartoon.
I would think Pokemon.
well, yeah. I
would
mean,
be
that's
less.
it's just a style. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I've
yeah, like
never read any.
Like Pokemon's definitely for a younger audience, so there's a different art style with
Yeah.
that. I mean, like, and you can see that on American stuff too, where if you ever see like like a Simpsons comic book or
like
like
those
if they
old
have
X-Men
SpongeBob,
cartoons.
yeah, like there's different
The
styles.
old
Stuff like
Batman
that.
cartoons.
Well, with those, I mean,
Those are
that's
good.
kind of weird because those, I would say those are more of an adult style than a kid style,
Really?
but I would say so.
Well,
'cause-
I mean, like Dora the Explorer. That's
Well, I
definitely simplistic. And then he.
I mean,
it's
I
just
guess
not-
maybe
it is a
maybe not
step
adult,
up,
but like more kind of that middle area, like
tweens.
more of the teenagers and stuff like that. That's what I would say.
I would think so.
But I
That
mean,
makes
definitely,
sense.
kids could get into it. But I never really thought of those art styles as like cartoony, or not for younger generations at least.
So, if you had to pick Japan or USA to build a giant robot,
Oh, nice segue. Well, kind of. You kind of just said the next thing that we're going to talk about.
oh yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah. That's. I mean, good as any. Japan versus America. Yeah. So was it? So you guys watched the video, or you watched the video?
yes.
So
I
showed
showed it to Fisher just a second ago.
yeah,
too.
America built a like mech robot,
Giant robot.
giant mech robot
need a
thing.
pen.
Looks like if you
I don't
guys
know.
remember the old video games mech-warrior, it looked a lot like a friggin' mech-warrior.
So they built one, and then they were like in the video, they were like, Japan has built one of these as well, or built a giant robot
They did
as well.
it first, and then the Americans built one afterwards.
Yeah, so they're like, we're gonna challenge them to a fight. So like in a year, I think I heard the video. Like in a year, they're gonna fight, or
At the end of next year, they're gonna fight. We'll have the link up on it.
yeah, we'll put it in the description.
The beautiful part is, I mean, like I was trying to tell Fisher at the beginning before we saw the video, it's like, it looks like the Japanese really took it seriously. They got the HUD display. They got like, it's all sleek, black looking. It looks like a freaking Gundam suit.
Yeah.
One pilot. And it looks fucking awesome, man. And then, with those Gatling guns, it looks like it could kick some ass. But then you see the one the Americans made, and that thing looks like a half tank, half like, half amphibious.
Looks like a mech-warrior. I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't look like the sleek human design.
No,
it looks more like the kind of the big bulky ones.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like it could get smashed also.
Which is interesting because, I mean, you look at it and, I mean, it matches with, like video games and like manga and stuff like that, where it's like the Japanese style is more the sleek and stuff like that, where the Americans are big and bulky.
Yeah,
I mean, it was really interesting how you saw the two different designs of the exact same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't
matches our
wait
cultures.
to see what happens with that whole thing because, I mean, this is like BattleBots XL, you know what I mean? Like the Magic Mike XL.
It'd be
You guys know you've seen it. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Jimmy was there the first day, man. Him and Fisher waited in line together.
Shirts off.
we
were ready to go.
No shirts, holding hands and shit.
Oh,
no
man.
shirts are what we call costumes.
Hey,
That's
it's culturally acceptable now.
Magic,
It is.
Our
I
Magic
guess so.
Mike
I
cosplay.
guess so. Magic Mike cosplay.
But I think it'd be really cool to see the big robots fighting.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Like the Pacific Rim,
real steel,
like
but,
huge
like Pacific Rim, dude. Well, those were like mutants they were fighting.
Yeah.
Like
But
another
still,
world or another dimension.
Yeah, but still, like huge mechanical things like fighting. I think.
See, part of me wants to be like, this is cool because it's giant robots going, but I kind of envision, unfortunately, they're going to be like really slow and they're going to be turning and it'll be like, just they fire their guns or whatever.
Wasn't there a show where there were like kind of like Real Steel, like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but they had.
I think it was a dream, Jimmy.
No, it existed. Maybe it got canceled.
I think it was a dream. You guys, have y'all seen any Rock'em Sock'em Robot kind of shows on Meerkat?
Yeah.
You guys?
And then they had to the thing was you had to hit the head off or something like the head
off. I think he watched Real Steel and then had like this nightmare about it.
And it was
that's all Real Steel was. It was like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie.
It was different teams.
Man.
Oh no,
it's gonna be all right.
It may have been. I mean, who knows?
I think so. I think it exists. I will find a link.
What was it called? You don't remember, right?
I don't remember.
What was it, like a fighting robot movie or show?
Type in like Rock'em Sock'em Robot TV series.
I mean, it may have been like a cartoon or something like that. I mean,
it was actual like teams. I remember it. It was kind of like BattleBots version where like they go in depth behind the team and like, oh, this is a father and daughter team.
Really?
And she's gonna be controlling the motion, and he's gonna control the arms or something like that.
No, I don't see anything like that yet.
Oh, we'll have to look it up later. I mean, that's
Rock'em Sock'em Robots online game commercial, Walmart history, original costumes, huh?
Or like.
Yeah, they've had.
It exists. I will find it and put it in the description.
I don't think it exists, Jimmy.
TV series. Put TV series. Why didn't you put TV? I said TV.
Excuse me. TV series.
Jeez, if you're gonna search right, damn it.
Wait. Okay, is that it?
Sci-fi's version.
Sci-fi's version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Uh-oh. Patrick tried to lie.
I didn't lie.
Human
said
control.
It didn't exist.
It probably doesn't. Fisher.
Scroll down.
Hold on.
Robot Combat League. Yeah, so it exists.
Robot Combat League.
Yeah.
That's not Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
But
it's close enough.
It's their version of it.
Let's get some volume on it.
Okay. If this is copyrighted, I'm sorry. See? So it's...
Oh, shit, Jimmy. Oh, okay. This is they have that one connection for all the wiring.
Yeah.
And shit. All right.
So I mean, it's not like actual like Real Steel, like the.
They're not independently moving. They still have the connections.
They still have the connections. So they're tethered. They're tethered robots. But the
Robot Combat League airing on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's
2013 is when it was published on.
Yeah. So it was a while ago, but still, yeah, it exists. I win. Haha. I'm not crazy.
You aren't crazy, Jimmy. That's really cool.
But like something like that, I think it didn't do well, so it got canceled pretty quickly because I mean.
Well, look, it's just Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah, great. It's boring to watch the little
people
game.
Judging it too quickly. Give it time to mature and grow. Oh yeah, it looks a bit goofy, but you still have to give props to the hard work, time, not to mention money that went into this.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, we dreamed of having something like this on TV. I'm 33 now. Look how far we've advanced in such a short time. I swear, kids nowadays are so spoiled. Don't appreciate crap.
It was cool because it wasn't like RC controllers. They actually had like
these
they had put on like gloves. Like it was what's that?
I guess one of them wears legs.
One
of them wears legs and walks up, and the other one has
maybe like the other one had like levers or something or controllers.
I guess it depended on how they made it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah,
I would think a lever would be a much better way of controlling it than.
And there's like different styles. There's one that was all
Did you say
like
motion sensor.
Motion sensing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was all like there was one that was more attack focused and one more defense focused. Like and they all had different types of weapons on how they punched or whatnot. So it was
I think once I saw like the situation, I do recall seeing something like that. I do. You aren't crazy.
But yeah, so something like that I really liked, and then BattleBots is back now, so I really like that. So I think it'd be cool. But I do agree that it's probably going to be slow because like those were slow. Like those weren't like the most responsive. And
the other ones were gasoline powered, so it's got to be a little more powerful than the tethered versions here.
Yeah, and I mean it's
but those are going to be noisy.
People are in it and stuff, and
they're going to be
like
super
that.
loud and stuff.
I don't know.
We'll see what
BattleBots, you guys, or Robot Fighting League?
Well,
what do you think?
I think
BattleBots because it still exists.
Yeah, BattleBots obviously won the test of time, but it was still cool to watch, and it was about the time when Real Steel was out, so they kind of played off that success. I guess I don't know. I don't know if Real Steel did that well, but I liked it. But yeah, I think like it's gonna be.
Yeah, so it's not gonna. It's not. It'll be cool. I mean, I wish of the day when they put, like rockets on these things and they're flying around. That would be friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Whenever we get like...
And they're like flying into the air and like shooting at each other. Like, what was that Armored Core video game for the PlayStation?
Like, that'd be friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you put some like all direction wheels on it and just put some rockets, just have them like sliding around, like drifting around corners. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I want if you're going to do robots. Do like super rocket cars or whatever that just go flying around corners.
Oh, man.
100 miles an hour drifting. That'd be friggin' awesome.
And who knows?
You have to wear like a friggin' suit so you don't die from G-force.
Yeah, that's I think. Well, I guess America or Japan. America. I agree.
It depends on who's building it. I would definitely, if it, America more than likely, but I don't know. It depends.
I mean, yeah, Japan could just
Japan has all
they look all clunky, but then like whenever it starts, it's
Japan's
just
got like
it
this
just starts being awesome.
It's got 4 legs at the base and they have wheels attached at the bottom of it.
Oh wait, I saw the American version on a video online. Okay, yeah, I saw that one before. Yeah, there's 2 people in it. One person doing the rollers, and the other one doing the arms. Okay.
Yup.
So I have seen that one before. Okay, I didn't see the video announcing the challenge of it, but I saw that.
Yes.
A little video of that. That's cool.
I just tweeted the link. You guys go to our Twitter and you can find the link to check out that robot battle stuff we're talking about.
So yeah, that's one of I'm pretty sure there'll be some sort of a competition in the year. I would be hard pressed to not believe that that would somehow make its way over to Japan and the company building the robot would be like, they'd probably be like, yeah, let's do it. It sounds like stupid fun.
Yeah, I mean,
we build a big giant robot. You build a big giant robot. Let's see whose is better.
I don't know.
Shit like that's happened before. I mean, there's always been all sorts of
competitions and promotions. Because really, it's about just promotion of technology. Because I'm assuming they built those for fun or to prove a certain, like a proof of concept for some other machine or something. Because there's no real practical use for a big mech-warrior suit right now.
Sure.
I don't think. Oh, well, yeah, if aliens...
Aliens, dog.
Aliens will probably have better mech suits than us.
Well, that's why we need them, what would you rather have, no mech suit or, bad mech suits? Bad mech suit.
Well, if we try to fight back...
Ripley used a power loader. Come on.
Yeah, but if we try to fight back with our bad thing, they might get more angry at us. If we just give up, they might be merciful.
Damn it, Jimmy. Why?
God, thinking of just random robot stuff. I remember seeing an article on like a Chinese news or a Chinese newscast. They were doing a story on, I guess, like they're saying like Japan's trying to arm to attack us and stuff like that. And then like in the middle of their stock footage, you just all of a sudden see like a promotion of like a Gundam or something like that. And you're like, what? They're like, are you guys stupid? They don't have and it looked incredibly, it looked like a CG Gundam, and you're like, really, China? And you're like, that's your proof that Japan's going to try to attack you as a fake CG Gundam, Or it's just like random. It's just like, I think it was all like a commercial or something like that. And they're showing like, battleship and stuff like that and airplanes and stuff. And then also just a random Gundam. Yeah. You're like, what?
It's like a slideshow of all the cool things that are happening. And then you just see a Gundam. That's funny.
You're like, okay, Japan's totally going to attack you if it's fake Gundam.
They better not. That's why we need fucking mechs, you see? Not fucking mechs, just mechs.
You probably want those too.
Well, I mean, eventually everybody will want one. Jimmy, come on.
Well, I mean, that's
we should patent that. Nobody take that idea.
They've probably already done it. You just
Too bad. That was my idea. You guys, all 6 of them.
Oh, hello, 6 people.
Telling you.
Have any comments Feel free to comment, you guys. We'll
Yes.
call you out. Make fun of your grammar.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. But let's see. Anything else about robots you want to talk about? We can talk about the
Love
next
'em.
thing. Pretty controversial thing, kind of. Dukes of
No more
Hazzard.
controversy.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
I love those guys.
I never. Oh, I wasn't around when
really
it
love guys, but like love
Oh.
those.
Because did we
people.
talk about this
Like
last
the
week
show.
or the week before? The
last
Confederate
week
flag?
we talked
This
about
last
the
week? Okay.
Confederate flag thing, and then
And this is what we were
Pretty-
talking about. Like, we talked that, okay, we agree it should come down
from
from
government
government, like official
tax-paid
places.
stuff.
Sure, I agree with that. But, this, it's like, I think this is going a step too far because you're just like, it's.
It's a pop culture thing.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a symbolism of hate in
I
the
don't-
show. In
I
the
don't
context
know.
of the show, you know.
So TV Land pulled Dukes of Hazzard from their lineup.
Which I think is silly. You're just like, really?
Yeah, I mean, what could it have been like TV Land's like ploy to get some promotion or like to take advantage of the situation?
Well, now, if it comes back,
then yes.
then I would definitely think that were true.
Yeah.
Because then they're like,
Well-
oh, hey, we got everybody looking at us. Now let's put it back to please everybody. And
Because did anyone call for that? Was that a big?
I don't think so.
I didn't hear anything about that until
Just kind of randomly just got
Sit back
pulled.
for a minute.
you can tilt the camera back. Yeah.
There we go.
You
Yeah,
can see 'em.
it was one of those of, it just kind of randomly got pulled.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody was crying against it saying, oh, Dukes of Hazzard's, racist.
Yeah.
Because of the Confederate flag on top of the General Lee.
I know in the remake, or they did like the remake or the live action movie, or
Whatever, yeah.
the movie,
Live
like
action
with
movie.
Johnny Knoxville and Sean William
yeah.
Scott. There was a scene where people were calling them racist and stuff while they were driving through this other town because of the thing on their
Right.
thing. So I don't know.
I wonder maybe because of that movie. I mean, have they pulled that movie? They pulled the TV show.
Well, I mean, I know that movie didn't do well, so
It's gonna
I
be pixelated on the roof of the car in the every
yeah,
DVD
they'll
or-
digitally put like a.
See, that's what I thought would be
Yeah.
funny if all of a sudden, like they edited in like an American flag on top of it or something. Could you imagine that? That'd be funny. You're just
Yeah.
looking like, what the hell is a badly edited American?
Yeah, so
Flag
I
on it.
I
Bad
kind of
news.
think it might be just like an advertising thing, like just promotion for TV Land, just to get their name out there. But then I don't know, it's kind of going too far. I think like a pop culture thing, and that was of its time and not really relevant anymore. Like for them to announce that, it's kind of just like, come on, who cares?
No, where the hell else are we supposed to watch the Dukes of Hazzard at? TV Land? Come on.
Well, the internet.
No.
Fisher, nobody asked you.
Well,
You're
you
on it.
asked where we were
I'm
watching
asking
There's
Meerkat
internet.
people. All right.
The answering.
But because on that same note, like also I talked to Jimmy about this a couple days ago, but Apple, they actually they pulled a lot of games that had references to the Confederacy, and what they ended up doing wrong was they just pulled the games. They didn't actually like tell the developers, hey, please, fix this issue or whatever. They just pulled the game, and then
yeah,
eventually, everybody got ticked off, and so they eventually put it back. And then they just said, well, okay,
Jimmy.
don't put the Confederate flag in your art on the store and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, okay, fine, we could do that. That's an easy fix. So
So yeah, I mean games and I mean private owned property. It's your right to do that.
the issue I had with this
Oh no!
what?
No,
Oh, geez.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why you're watching that. That's disgusting.
How does it happen?
Okay, but yeah, so it's a privately owned thing. It's kind of a gray area because I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, it's in
freedom
the
of
right.
speech also protects that icons.
Well,
and
because in
stuff.
in all technicalities, it is in Apple's right to have taken it off. However, dick move, Apple, dick
Yeah.
move. But by just taking it off instead of saying, hey, game developers, could you please take the Confederate flag off of your icon, or at least do that, or finding some sort of compromise? Because like the games weren't like Confederacy is awesome. It was like American Civil War
Yeah,
strategy games where
yeah.
you're like.
like
This is
the
What happens
historical.
with Risk? Isn't it on Risk?
no,
I don't think so.
I think there's just different color, but like civilizations or things like that. I think they had like a Southern general or
Maybe.
something, or like games like that with a Southern general. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
historical
it's a
thing.
historical. It's
Game.
it's just because it's the Confederate flag's in there doesn't mean that they're supporting the Confederacy. It's just this is a thing that happened in our history.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, are we going to start flagging every single game that has Nazis in them?
No.
Yeah.
Because what? Because
Well,
it's
don't they have Nazis in those games like
Yes.
Call of Duty
yeah.
where you kill the zombie Nazis?
That's that's my thing is why
That's pretty fun
why
shit.
are we
Yeah,
having
I
such
think.
an issue with the Confederacy, but we're not having issues with Nazis and
I mean,
there's like crusades and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
there are a lot of religious killings and stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of crap that it's like, well, why are these not offensive, but just the Confederacy is?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the thing that we've been saying. They're not like government funded things. Like those are just people made those or companies made those or whatnot, and it's their property and they could do that. But like if like a government building had like a Nazi flag, then
that would
flat.
be hey, what the hell, guys? That's kind of
that's way different.
You don't have government buildings with Nazi flags.
Yeah, so why do they have a government building with a Confederate flag?
Yeah. But if
Blah,
some
blah,
guy
blah,
wants
yeah.
to hang out a Confederate flag in their front door, it's like, fine, let him.
Yeah, I mean,
Great, okay.
whatever. It's your house. Do what you want.
Because if they do it next to a Nazi flag, it's like, well, nobody's ever going to go to that house.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, all right, I'm totally.
We know a jerk lives there, so let's not.
It's like, all right, that's and that's your choice.
Don't go there for Halloween.
You know what I want? A shark flag.
Shark flag. That's a good point. Shark flags are cool. Speaking of shark flags,
Shark flag.
Shark flags.
Discovery Channel Shark Week is starting. So good. Last year I know there was a big huge thing. We talked about it on the podcast.
Last year, Shark Week blew it.
Yeah.
And I think the year before they did the same thing, kind of.
Where they're like their documentaries and stuff, they're sensationalizing and using like false things. So they
like the Megalodon or whatever.
Yeah, the Megalodon and the mermaids and all
awful videos,
all those ridiculous
man.
things. So they put out a statement last year when Shark Week was over. It's like, all right, sorry you guys, we'll not do that anymore. So we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, I used to love Shark Week. Hopefully, like MythBusters do something. I haven't heard. Okay.
Shark Week. Live every week like Shark Week, you guys.
Was that 30 Rock?
Yeah,
Jesse Jordan,
yes.
he was like, live every week like it's Shark Week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully, I don't know, I used to love Shark Week, and in my mind, it's still cool, like sharks look at
It
that
is
power.
still cool, but I mean, the last couple of years, like, some of the shows, man, were just boring shows. Like, people just out there, like, at the end of the show, you're waiting for something spectacular to happen. At the end of the show, they're just like, and now we've learned a little bit more about the world of the shark. And we will continue to use this knowledge. And you're like, oh my God, if this show fucking ends like this, I will never watch this again.
Well,
What
yeah.
do you want?
It's
I mean,
like
And then it
this.
ends, and you're like, fuck. And then
Well,
you
I
feel
mean-
like you wasted half an hour
Well,
of your life.
But to be blunt, what do you expect? I mean,
Like,
that's,
Well, you expect the shit like the Megalodon shows, but you don't want it to be bullshit. You want it to be a
what do
real
you-
story.
the shit that the Megalodon shit doesn't really happen in real life. I mean, it's not just like sharks just randomly go and just attack people just to be like, I'm gonna, it's
Well,
not
we
like
got to put more people in the water with sharks. That's what we got to do for Shark Week.
go on
what you
out
gotta
there
do.
then. If you want
That's what
want
we
shark
gotta
attacks,
do.
why don't you go out there
Well,
friggin' fish bait? And,
They just had those shark attacks in like North Carolina or something.
Yep.
So
But yeah, I mean, like,
it's
I'm not
already
saying it
started.
doesn't
Shark Week,
happen.
Shark
but,
Week's getting its
It's
good
already
promotion.
Yeah.
but it's not like Jaws where it's just like a shark just randomly just goes and starts attacking a whole bunch
We got
of
to
people.
put sharks in populated areas, and that way we can have more shark
Neighborhoods
attacks.
and
Well,
parks.
I don't know about parks, but
gotta
water
make,
parks, maybe water parks, like
but,
You
SeaWorld.
gotta make freshwater sharks, so then
There we
stick them
go.
in the rivers.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Also, just a leg here. It's like,
but-
what the hell is this?
But yeah,
shark
those
here?
documentaries with the crap endings that you were saying, they have to do that because they can't just
Make shit up like Megalodon.
Like,
and
Yeah, I
put
mean,
it in their
yeah,
show.
so it's like
I
you're,
guess so,
you're
I
not
guess
complaining
so.
that
It's
they're
like-
not going to do
Yeah,
shit that
you
you
don't
were
want
bitching about
you
earlier.
want like the climax, but you don't want it to be bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like
Yeah,
they
and that's-
should have they had to cop out or whatever they had to do. It's like, oh, this is a good learning experience about, because if they say, oh, we found these mermaids, it'd be a big story, and there'd be like people would look into it.
Yeah.
So, and they'd be like, oh, you didn't find these mermaids, suing you now. So
There's not really mermaids.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you
guys.
want? Yeah, I mean, you get your big,
Like,
your
they should do.
spectacular fake thing, or you get an actual documentary, which which they wrap up and go, well, this is what we learned. I mean, that's
yeah. So I think it's
say you want it real, and then you're like, real is boring.
Yeah,
it's like, well, that's true. I mean, it's a little bit.
It should be that like they shouldn't even air that stuff. Like if they're making all these sensational claims with no grand finale or anything, I don't want to see that, and they shouldn't. That's what I think.
Or what
Hopefully, Discovery Channel's gonna do.
Or what I'd be okay with if they were like, at the beginning of a show with like all the bullshit stuff, they're just like, they put up like a little slide that said, this is a sensationalized story.
Mm-hmm.
There's no factual basis. Like if they said this is a thing just for pure entertainment.
Yeah, that'd be better with
a what if scenario as opposed to a this is we're passing this off as like a fake documentary.
Still, I would not want to watch it because it's Discovery Channel. I want
I know,
knowledge, but better than nothing.
But that'd be one way if they wanted to do something, if they wanted to entertain people with some, more sensational stuff.
The chocolate thing I was watching.
No. Do you want to talk about that?
Maybe at the end. Let's keep going. I like it.
That's disgusting.
Shark Week, you guys watch it. Check it out.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I kind of watched Shark Week a little bit, not much.
I didn't watch it last year because I knew Mythbusters weren't going to be doing stuff on it. Like they weren't going to have like a Shark Week special, like on the show. So that's really the only reason I watched it in the past. And then I just stayed on that channel to watch the other stuff. But delayed. Speaking of other things starting real quick, and this will kind of go into some other things. Comic-Con is starting on Thursday.
Nobody cares.
A lot of people fucking care.
No one cares. Tell them Comic-Con.
That's where the announcements for all the movies that you're going to be watching is going to happen.
Like,
so
you sit there and talk about comic books and how high might have been Japanese, and then you shit on the biggest like comic book event.
Yeah, because Comic-Con sucks.
Have you? How do you know? Have you been?
I've seen them before. Like I've been to one, and I thought it was.
Have you been to one of the?
It was
like have you been to the LA or the New York?
Yeah, but
no. Well, I mean, I feel the same way about like tattoo conventions.
That's where
I was just like,
But yeah, that's where like pop culture is nowadays. Like it's the nerd stuff, and it's getting less nerdy. It's getting more mainstream.
All over Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, it's prepared to. I mean, there's gonna be announcements and new trailers and little stupid cell phone video of people like.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about like the people dressed up pics. That's what I'm talking
cosplay.
about. Yeah.
Well, no, those can be interesting as well. I mean,
it's funny because like you would think like the more current comic book movies are the ones that make Comic-Con popular. Actually, in reality, I mean, like they've kind of looked this up. It's actually Twilight that made them popular because that's what.
Shut up.
No, you look it up. It's funny. I know. I think it's complete bullshit, but you're like it actually kind of because they're like
second here.
They're like Twilight came out, and then all of a sudden all the fangirls start going to freaking Comic-Con, and they start having Twilight booths.
Well, I mean, it's
and so it got really big after Twilight came out. It's a weird coincidence, and it seems like a completely logical thing because you're like Twilight came out,
cultural phenomenon.
All of a sudden, Comic-Con got really big. Got way bigger than it was. And
Roxette says hi, guys.
Oh, who says it?
Here we go.
Oh,
hey, somebody commented. Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Everybody say hi.
Flower to you as well.
Yeah,
is that for those flowers? I can't. Yeah. Well, that's cool. But yeah, so I would like to go. I heard it's hot there, and it's crowded, and it's expensive. That's the things that...
Because I saw a video on like the two strategies if you ever want to go to Comic-Con. You either you go to like one of the main panels and you just kind of sit there all day, or you try to go from panel to panel. But they're like you'll see more if you just sit in one single panel the entire day.
Like one room, and then like
because it sounds like they don't have it where like in between panels and stuff they kick you out of the room. Because all the conventions that I go to, like the big Texas ones, they have it to where in between the panels they kick you out.
Yeah.
So if you want to go into the same room, you got to leave the current panel and go get in line for the next one.
And that's priority. Yeah. Huge line.
And so like if you want to go see something like Team 4-Star or something like that, then you have to go like 2 hours before the panel and sit in line for 2 hours. So you're just like, is it worth it to go see the major panels and have to sit there for 2 hours?
Yeah, that's
that's the thing. Especially dressed up like Harley Quinn from Batman, right?
What?
What are we talking about?
Panels?
Comic-Con?
Yeah, it was kind of just conventions.
I said still, I go, even, you said you had to sit there for hours. I go, yeah, that would suck, like, having to sit there dressed up like Harley Quinn for hours.
Well, I mean, some people like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I've never cosplayed, or anything like that.
Really?
No, I haven't.
Really?
No, I haven't.
Fisher, really?
I have not.
I'm gonna find pictures of him online. You guys, you watch this.
I've considered it. I have not done it.
Then
Though.
Photoshop someone like just his face on to I don't know.
Because my issue is if I was going to do it, though, I want to go too over the top to where it's like this is going to be a huge investment and take a lot of time and be like an engineering marvel thing. You know, I'm like I don't want to invest that much effort into it.
I
I
agree.
Days,
I would like
sweaty.
to. I would like to
Oh
go
my
all
god,
out.
I found him.
It's not him.
I found him.
It's not him.
It's Fisher.
It's not Fisher.
It's Fisher's
Oh, no.
cosplay, you guys. Sexy. Look, there's a side-by-side comparison.
But
Not every white guy looks like me, you racist.
Hey, I didn't say it.
but I also don't.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't want to do that.
There we go. That's a little
'Cause
too
it
much.
depends, like,
Comic-Con. You
More-
have that costume? Is that your costume?
No, more power to him.
Oh.
That's cool.
Jimmy's all like, oh shit, how did that get online?
He's much better person than any of us.
Look at this guy. I would wear the Flash costume.
Yeah, I mean that
cool.
shows passion. That shows
Yeah.
that you are willing to and then you also get things
Like
that. So there's also
that would be my Comic-Con costume
see
right there.
like and that would be a good costume. I mean I would be better at it with a beard and stuff.
Flip-flops.
but-
I
robe.
mean, yeah, you
and-
see stuff like that. I mean, you see like joke costumes and stuff like that.
Any that let me just
So what?
that right there. I'm watching him build that. He's like building a whole like Hulkbuster suit.
Oh my god, this guy is the biggest.
Yeah, see,
nerd
and that
ever.
No,
that right
that's-
there
that's
is why
like-
I don't want to get into it because I'd want to do something crazy
Yeah.
like that.
Dude, what?
That's like engineering. That shows like he's smart at it. James Bruton, he's like X Robots on YouTube. He's building like a whole Hulkbuster suit that has like lights and stuff.
Wow.
But we've talked about this before. I think where the cosplayers, I would never make fun of cosplayers. Like
Oh, yeah, I
even
mean,
even the bad suits are better than what I would do. Like what I'm
Rex
willing to
Set
do.
says, hi, Top Pod.
Hey,
I'm
what's
from
up?
QB.
QB.
Thumbs up. Where's QB? Quebec?
Quebec.
Where's QB, man? Let's see.
He's from quarterback.
That's what I was thinking. Quarterback.
Quarterback.
trying to think of-
North Carolina. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I think that's Quebec. I don't know. He'll tell us, or he won't. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hello, people. Keep those comments going. We'll say hello to you.
We will
if we
Have
can.
our tangents and say hi.
But yeah, so Comic-Con's starting on the 9th, so that's cool. I'm always excited because there's also like Comic-Con also like near Comic-Con. There's a thing called Wootstock.
Okay.
And it's Will Wheaton, Adam Savage, and a bunch of other like nerd icons do all these like cool skits and funny songs and
Nerd
stuff.
icons.
Yeah,
Huh.
Wootstock. I think it's like the 5th or something like that, or I don't remember what it is. But
There we go. This is where he's from. Where is this?
Where's
It says Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Let's
Cool.
look. I just freaking
That's
Googled
far.
it.
That's in the Philippines. Is that what it said?
Oh, where is this?
Zoom out.
I'm zooming.
Zoom in. Yeah, in the Philippines.
This
Cool.
is the
Hello.
Philippines.
I've never talked to
Dude,
anyone.
what's going
in the
on, man? How
Philippines.
is it over there?
That's cool. How's the weather?
Freaking Todd Pod, man, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You're going to have to follow us. We got our first fan, our international fan right here.
Tell your friends.
Power of the internet.
Tell all your friends, dude.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see it. I love all that nerd stuff.
Because I'd love to go to one. I mean, I think I'd go maybe once and then be content. Because, there's a lot of great Texas conventions. And
Yeah,
I always hit
Alamo-
those up.
Yeah, Alamo.
Because we
Alamo
have a Comic-Con here in San
Japan.
Antonio. And then we've got a couple, we've got some here in San Antonio. I mean, there's
Wait
a
a
couple
minute,
of
wait a
great
minute.
conventions up in Dallas,
Oh,
like really big ones up in Dallas.
He said no.
No.
Nope, not in the Philippines.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
He typed it in. I don't
I
know.
just
I know, it's-
copied and pasted it. Is it Middle East? Is that what that says?
Oh,
Oh, no.
Midi.
Search that.
I'm not sure. Midi East.
Okay, not in the Philippines. Our
Sorry.
bad, our bad.
oh, you're in the town next to us. Sorry. No. But yeah, cool. Wherever you are, thank you for watching.
Yeah, heck yes, man.
If you want to put in, don't put in your address. I don't know if it's secure. But yeah, so I'm excited about that, and it's gonna be a lot of announcements. I'm sure new trailers. For,
a lot of movies, a lot of
I heard
comic book stuff.
this will be the first year that Star Wars is gonna be there. Star Wars is actually doing a big panel.
So yeah, since now it's Disney, and they'd probably do.
Oh yeah, that's probably why
Monster panel because they have a lot more money now.
Yeah, so cool. I'm really excited about it. Patrick thinks they're all nerds, even though he enjoys the spoils of it anyway.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, nerds.
Give them all wedgies.
Nerds.
Oh, come on. Let's see. What is next?
Let's see, it's probably.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah. So.
I mean, we could do like maybe one more
Kuwait?
topic.
What is he saying?
It says in Arabia. That's Kuwait, huh?
Kuwait City.
You think?
He said
Middle East?
Middle East. Okay.
Middle East,
Well,
Kuwait. All right.
That's
We got that. We had it just a little. We were just a little off.
We're
We're a little off
Philippines.
this entire
Just
continent
a
over.
little.
like depending on how far you zoom on a map. It's
Yeah, it was
really
like
close.
maybe like a half an inch on the map. You know.
We're on the right planet, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're all from Earth, baby. We're all from Earth.
But yeah, thank you for watching. How many people do we got? How many does it say?
We've got 9 here now. 91 people in total. You guys keep rocking.
Oh, thank you. We are getting close to the end, though, but we'll rock off air.
I don't know what he means. We're gonna rock off there.
All right.
I'm not rocking off anything, Jimmy.
Whoa, we
Okay.
won't film it. There'll be baby oil.
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is about to
God,
get good,
we
guys.
lost all of our viewers, and we're getting sued.
We'd like to thank
Jimmy's
Barack
getting sued.
Barack
I'm not.
Saad,
I was like, I don't know.
You're
what
part of it.
Arabia. We'd like to thank you for joining us, man, for being a part of this podcast. I'm not sure what time or day it is over there, but over here it's 4:30 p.m. What day is this?
Sunday.
Sunday.
We record around this time every.
Yeah, we record around this time every week. So next week, tune in again, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again, man.
Yeah, thank you for watching. All of you, thank you for watching.
Thank you all for watching.
Make sure to follow so you'll be
Comment.
notified whenever we're live next time.
Join the conversation, you guys. Don't be strangers.
But yeah, and follow us on our social media. I guess that's pretty much. We'll wrap
Twitter,
it up now.
Facebook.
Yeah, Twitter. Follow us on Twitter @TopPod. Like us on Facebook. Just search "Thinking Outside the Pod." You'll
Top
find
Pod,
it.
hashtag
On
Top
YouTube, we have video versions of all of our past podcasts. This is number 72, so we have.
It won't be up for like a month or two.
Yeah,
we'll eventually get to it.
Jimmy's a little behind you guys.
I'm on like 59 or something like that. So, but the videos take a while to edit, or I just take a
It's
while.
hard.
To do
Yeah,
it.
it's hard to. Yeah, it's
To find the
time to do.
willpower. That's pretty much my
Yeah.
main thing. I procrastinate about it. But thinkingoutsidethepod.com or on iTunes and Stitcher, you will find all of our audio podcasts, which is what this started out as, and now
We got plenty of that.
we're doing
stuff.
live
We'll listen to
streaming
all
and
that.
video versions.
Yeah, now we got live streaming. We can talk to all of you guys, dude.
Yeah, very cool. I appreciate that. But that's going to be our episode 72 of Thinking Outside the Pod.
Peace, guys.
Bye.